Happy.
You must like coming here.
We certainly do. Yeah, we feel like we play well, as these games are. We always have great battles against the Lions. They're a great team, we know that. They've been really successful, and we're aspiring to have the same success that they've had over the last 6-7 years. And so I think our guys really build themselves up for this game and this opposition, and it's nice to be able to come away with a win again from the Gabba.
Where did you think the game flipped when you were down a few goals?
Oh, yeah, well, they got a bit of a run on. We were able to respond. I thought I'd have to sort of go back and watch the tape, but I felt like we gave them some easy goals through either poor defence or poor turnovers, poor attack in our back half, and so that gave them a little bit of momentum. When we were a little bit more reliable with our ball use from the back half, I thought we were able to challenge them and get the ball back on get the game back on our terms. When we were able to defend our inside 50s a little bit better, we were able to stop them from scoring and build a bit of pressure ourselves.
Do you feel like you can beat them for athleticism or speed? Because when you've had success, it seems to be that.
I feel like we can beat everyone with athleticism and speed. It doesn't always pan out like that, does it? And so, it did today. It certainly didn't last time we played them. They ran over the top of us. So, it's hard to really know. I think AFL footballers, they're all pretty level. In terms of fitness, athleticism, speed, we've got a lot of quick guys in our team. We had a lot of young guys in our team who are obviously quite enthusiastic, and I think that helped us today.
Did that build up for this game stem from the semi-final last year?
No. I mean, what's done is done with that game. We obviously incredibly disappointed, and that'll last a lifetime in that game. But we're purely focused on this year and what we can achieve this year, and we know that every game's important. We've got to keep building our season, and been a little bit inconsistent the last 3 weeks, I think. And so for us to be able to become a little bit more reliable in some aspects of our game was nice. We didn't move the ball well against Port Adelaide a week earlier, so to be able to do that, given the focus during the week, was quite pleasing.
Sammy Taylor was saying midweek actually that he was sort of sick of playing safe, I guess, and wanted to take it on. Did you see that today?
I thought we had a really good balance. For the most part, there were times where we didn't, and we coughed the ball up or we turned it over in really dangerous spots, hard to defend. So it'll be a continual work on for us. I thought moments of composure were really strong. We were able to advance the ball down the field well, without sort of playing that overlap running handball game. So I think we had a nice balance today.
Cadman had sticky fingers, right?
Yeah.
He's 13 marks, and then
Yep.
obviously Hogan couldn't miss.
Yeah.
What does that do to the whole team when you got the team like that there?
Yeah, I think when you're sort of lining up against their backs and their key backs, particularly in Payne and Andrews, for us to be able to particularly off Andrews, who's a star, that'll give those guys the world of confidence. Obviously, Payne went down injured, which was really really nasty, and we certainly send our best wishes to him. But thought Hipwood shifted back primarily on Cads. I thought Cads was really strong and hard to play on, and particularly for a guy who hasn't played a lot of footy down there, I thought Cads really cashed in on being hard to play on and continually moving. That's the key for him. He's so athletic. When he launches at the ball, he's really hard to defend, and that's exactly what he did today.
Does that just come with, I think he's played 50 games, it might be next week or something? Is that just something that comes at this stage of his career, or have you had a chat to him, or what's the...
Yeah, it's all me. Yeah, I fixed him. No, he's been developing really nicely. We've been pleased with his development. Even into last year, he was showing signs of being a great competitor. Whether it's in the air or on the ground, he gets after it. There was a patch of play in this game that probably no one will mention, but he was 4 or 5 efforts trying to pressure the Lions, hemming them in, forcing them to hand backwards, and they were playing a little bit of ringer-rosy with him. But he just kept at it, and he kept after it, and he forced a blast kick down the line. So it's those little things where I think he leads the league in terms of key forwards. His ability to follow up at ground level, his pressure, his intent to chase and tackle, I think, is elite. And it's nice to see him get the rewards on the scoreboard today.
And the what's the name? Sorry, accuracy. Was that something that you work on a lot more, or that's just the?
No, we haven't worked on it a lot more. I think we work on it like every team would. We've got our routines. We certainly drive that into our players. I think it was just one of those days where you hit them nice early and you just build a bit of confidence. You know, we didn't have a lot of goal kickers, to be fair, so it was really the same guys kicking. So they were probably building confidence the more accurate each kick was, and that's probably the reason for it.
What's the problem with Brent?
It's the same problem that he's had. So that abdominal thing that just flared up again, and so I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to our physio team, but I'm not sure of timelines or anything like that. But he just couldn't move. He didn't have any speed. He didn't have any agility. Hurts when he kicks. So yeah, it's been really disappointing to lose him again with the same thing. But can't be helped. We'll try and recover him as quickly as possible and get him back.
Do you expect Toby to be next week, or is that just a wait and see?
Oh, it's a wait and see. I expect him to be good to go, but he's got to be a bit more free in terms of he tried to run yesterday morning. We had main training on Thursday. We left it until Friday morning. We were hoping he was going to be better, and it just became evident pretty quickly that he just couldn't move and he was still in a bit of pain. So we decided to pull the pin then and there. I think it'll be okay, but yeah, we'll let him get through main train next Thursday, Friday.
Without sort of trying to get into the week-to-week reaction, but to have a win up here without Toby, what can that do for your season?
I think it builds a lot of confidence. Today we had a lot of young guys playing, so there were some errors and some inconsistencies that you get with young teams. But the more they can string games together, be surrounded by these guys. Losing Brent was quite costly for us. Particularly through the midfield where he was playing. So to not have those guys, just to calm the young guys around them was, at times it was evident, but I thought our ability to respond was really strong. Particularly, I think twice in the game they kicked 3 goals in a row and we were able to then kick the next 1 or 2. So, look, it's a continual work in progress. I guess the beauty about not having these guys in the team is that we are exposing some younger guys to playing AFL football, to positions that may not have played in the past, and I think that's building their experience and in doing so building our depth. And so it's a real positive that we're going through, and of course when you're doing that you want to be able to win games as well, and that's what we've been able to do as well. No worries.
Thanks.